On this one take, we're talking about the full frame Schneider Xenon primes. Now this set is kind of crazy, and I feel like this thing got swept under the rug completely based on, a botched media launch, some focal lengths not all coming out at the same time, and the buzzword of chromatic aberration. Now, talk a little bit about these lenses first, and then we'll go into a little bit of the history on them, and then get into why I think these are really fantastic. Now, it's a 6-lens set. It's an 18 to 25, 35, 50, 75, and a 100. Now, these are all T2.1, except for the 18, which is a T2.4. They all cover full frame. Now, the 18 mil doesn't quite cover full VistaVision, little vignetting in the corner, but still usable on VistaVision, and still looks great. All these lenses have a 14-blade iris, which just produces such an amazing bokeh and out of focus quality. Not only that, they all have cam-driven focus mechanisms, which, have a nice feel to them, as well as being very linear in how they pull focus. And they're all 300 degrees, which is great. Now, when you look at other lenses in this era, as they came out, the CP2s, CP3s, CNEs, Sigma primes even, where these sit, this is the only set of lenses that was cinema built from the ground up at this price point. And that's why I feel like these really do smoke everything else at this level. But back in the day when these came out, Schneider did not release them all at once, and because of that, it was kind of hard to rent on them, hard to shoot on them because there was missing focal lengths. That part was kind of a bummer and kept them out of a lot of people's hands. Not only that, back at the time when lenses like S4s and Master Primes and Ultra Primes, really high-end lenses were out, and all of them had very little to no chromatic aberration. Now, these lenses, and not all of them, one in particular, the 35, had just a little bit, and because of that, the world and the internet was like, chromatic aberration, they have chromatic aberration, don't shoot on these lenses, which is really unfortunate because if you look at now, everything that's popular, all these old vintage lenses have way more chromatic aberration than these. Not only that, even lenses like the Supreme Primes have way more chromatic aberration than these. So, in all the reasons why these got overlooked, I don't really feel are relevant anymore. If you haven't shot on these, I really recommend going out and taking a peek. These are all super lightweight, 100 mil fronts. They're all matched weight and center of gravity, so easy to swap on gimbal, Steadicam. And they're very lightweight for what they are. Not only that, very shallow flange depth, so you can put adapters and other things on the rear, which is really fun. On these rear PL mounts, there's also a screw-in filter thread, which means if you have some screw-in filters for a PL mount, they may or may not work on these as well. Now the look, let's talk about the look. I feel like this is a really great combination of what I would call modern vintage. They're very nice and sharp, wide open at T2.1, but have a very pleasing soft fall off from what is in focus. If you look at these coatings, most of them all have this really nice purple to them, and when you're shooting these into the sun, you get these streaky rainbow flares, some nice golden and purple orbs going through frame. Really do remind me of a really solid old Leica set, to be honest. But with a lot better modern mechanics and, cinema functionality, which is really cool. Now, when you look at other lenses in a T2.1 lineup, there's the new Lights LC, the Signature Primes are a T1.9. There's also Ultra Primes at a T1.9. T2.1 is not slow, it's not the fastest that's on the market, but because of that, you do get really great performance wide open on these. And they do have some really interesting characteristics, which are really, really great. I mean, these are faster than the new Cooke full-frame Pancros by 0.1 of a T-stop. So they're really not slow by any means compared to what is out there currently, especially when you consider the sensor coverage on the rear. Now, pricing on these. These are really affordable to buy in the grand scheme of things, considering what they are, which means they're very affordable to rent. Our 6-lens set here roughly is about $65 a day per lens, so you're looking at sub $400 for all 6, which is very affordable for a set of purpose-built cinema primes that really have a unique and amazing look. So if you haven't gotten a chance to play with these lenses, if you heard something about them in the past and just fully wrote them off, come in, play with these. I really do think this is going to be a lens set that has a resurgence because they are very popular. You can find them in a lot of places. They were abundant, so you can shoot them city to city. Not affordable, and the weight and mechanics on these, honestly, are better than some lenses that are 3 times the price per lens. So come in, check out the Schneider Xenons, and see why these are so special.